this discussion on electrical energy, capacitance, and Ohm's law. So in this session, we're going to connect a lot of the electric field concepts we already know to something more practical, like how charges store and release energy and how current flows through a circuit. So take a look at this pictures. So we have a power transmission, a series of power transmission lines, a 9-volt battery, lightning, and neurons firing in the brain. So they all involve the movement of electric charge and the energy that comes with it. So that's exactly what this chapter is about. So we begin with something familiar, work. So this time it's electric type of work. So for mechanical type of work, we know that if a force makes an object move with a certain displacement, then work is done on that object. So that goes the same with electricity. So when a charge sits inside an electric field, so the field exerts a force on the charge. So from this formula of electric field, we can solve for the amount of force by multiplying the charge and the electric field values. So when the charge moves a displacement in the direction of this force, then the work done by the electric field using the formula from this formula and from the mechanical type of work formula. So we have Q times E. Make sure that the component that is parallel to the displacement only, just like in the mechanical type of work, okay, is multiplied to the displacement. Or if we're using R for displacement, so it's Q times E times R. So just like in mechanics, so we can connect work to energy. So using the work energy theorem, we know that the work done on an object, so this time on a charge, equals the change in its kinetic energy. So QER is equal to the change in kinetic energy. So we also know from mechanics that as kinetic energy increases, so potential energy decreases, just like a ball rolling downhill. So in the mechanical, or rather in the electrical type of energy, just like for this positive charge, so if it goes from this position with high potential energy into this position with low potential energy, so there is a gain in kinetic energy. So the electric field applies work on the positive charge so that it goes from this position to this position. So it gains kinetic energy but loses an equal amount of potential energy. So just like in the mechanical type of energy, so as a ball is rolling downhill, so the change in potential energy, specifically gravitational type, is equal to the negative change in the kinetic energy. So the negative sign here tells us the relationship between kinetic and potential energy as one goes up as the other goes down. So the sign of the work depends on the direction of motion relative to the electric field. So there are four cases. One is for a positive charge moving in the direction of the electric field. So the displacement is from here, so from here to here, so it is in the same direction as the electric field. So the field does positive work on the charge as the potential energy decreases. So from a point where potential energy is high, okay, it's high because it's positively charged and our test charge here is also positive. So it goes from high potential energy to low potential energy. So therefore, positive work is done by the electric field, okay, on the positive charge. So therefore, the change in potential energy is negative. So if the displacement is opposite, if the movement is from low potential energy to high potential energy, so it goes opposite, okay, the direction of the electric field. But from the previous lesson, okay, if positive charge, so the arrow for the force is the same as the electric field, okay? But the displacement here is opposite the direction of the electric field and the electric force. So work is negative and the change in potential energy is positive. So from low to high potential energy. Negative charges, if it moves in the direction of the electric field, then it's negative work and change is positive for the potential energy. So the movement is from low potential energy. So it's low because charge is negative and the sign here is positive. So this is low potential energy and then going to high potential energy. So it's negative work and the change in positive in potential energy is positive. So if the direction is opposite, so if it goes from high potential energy to low potential energy, so it is moving opposite the direction of the electric field. So positive work is done on the charge and change in potential energy is negative. So for easy recall, so we think of the scenario like gravity, that positive charges naturally move the way the field points, meaning the electric field points, just like objects fall downward, and the negative charges do the opposite. About change in potential energy and the effect on the charge. So now we introduce a very important quantity in electricity called electric potential. Okay, we usually use capital letter V to denote this quantity. So it is defined as the work done per unit charge. So to move a charge from a reference point to a specific point in the field without producing an acceleration. So mathematically, it's the ratio of work to charge. Okay, so this is electric potential, and it's as a unit is joule per coulomb, or what we call as volt. So we can also express the potential as the product of electric field and displacement, or K times Q over the displacement. So we think of electric potential as a kind of height in the electric landscape. So charges placed in this landscape will naturally roll toward regions of lower potential, just like balls rolling downhill. So in practice, we rarely care about the absolute potential at one point. So what matters is the difference, okay, in potential between 2 points. So for example, from this point to this point, so if there is movement, meaning there is what we call electric potential difference between these terminals, for example, na in a battery. So we call this electric potential difference as voltage. Okay, so it is the change in electric potential. So it is the work done on the object as it moves from position A to position B over the magnitude of the charge. Difference between the electric potentials at the 2 points. So there are two rules to remember. So for positive charges, so the spontaneous movement will be from high potential to low potential. Okay, so positive charges accelerate spontaneously from regions of high potential to low potential. So if we are going to compare that with the previous slides, so change in potential energy is negative. So work done is positive. So the second rule is for the negative charges. So if released from rest, they accelerate spontaneously from regions of low potential to high potential. So if we're going to have a movement that is the reverse of this, so meaning if we start from high potential, then go in the direction of the low potential, then work must be done on the negative charges. Okay, so change in potential energy as it goes to the lower potential part is negative. So work done on the negative charges is positive. So this is why batteries work the way they do. So in electrochemistry, we know that batteries are common energy sources which convert chemical energy to electrical energy. So in a battery, the positive and the negative charges are separated. So the negative charges are at the negative terminal and the positive charges are at the positive terminal. So this creates potential difference, okay, that is waiting to happen. Okay, work is waiting to happen. So the potential difference between the terminals, okay, will make the charges begin to flow when you connect this to a circuit. So the electrons from the chemical energy is moving from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. So this is the spontaneous flow of electrons since they are negative charges. So this potential difference caused the electrons to spontaneously move from this part to this part. And if we're going to connect a conductor to it, so the potential difference now is working to let the electrons lose potential energy. Okay, so they go from high potential energy to low potential energy. So the flow of charge through this conductor is what we call electric current. Here's an example on potential energy differences in an electric field. A proton, which is positively charged, is released from rest at this position in a constant electric field with this magnitude pointing in the positive x direction. To calculate the change in the electric potential energy associated with a proton when it reaches 5 centimeters, and if instead of a proton, an electron is fired in the same direction from the same position, meaning from negative 2 centimeters. So what is its change in electric potential energy if it reaches 12 centimeters? So it's a positive charge since it's a proton. So it goes from a negative 2 cm position to positive 5 cm position. with a given electric field magnitude. So electric field is 1.5 times 10 to the power of 3 newtons per column, and it's pointing in the positive x direction. So if the electric field is going in the positive x direction, and if the charge is positive, so therefore work done is positive. So the change in potential energy is equal to negative of the work done on the charge by the electric field. So it's Q times E times R. Okay, so negative, the charge for a proton is 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. And the given electric field is 1.5 times 10 to the power of 3, or that's 1,500 newtons per coulomb. And the displacement is from 5 to, or rather, negative 2 to 5. So 5 minus negative 2, or that's 5 plus 2 centimeters. And let's convert that to SI unit. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So let's check for the dimensions. So we have columns and then centimeters canceled out. So the final unit is Newton meter or joule, which is a unit for energy. 1.68 times 10 to the power of negative 17. So it's negative 1.68 times 10 to the power of negative 17 Newton meter or joules. So expect a negative value since work is positive. Again, since the direction of the displacement is the same as the electric field, so work is positive and change in potential energy is negative. So for letter B, an electron, which is negatively charged, moving from same initial position, but final position is positive 12 centimeters. So the displacement is 14 centimeters. So same direction of electric field towards the positive x direction. So meaning we expect that the change in potential energy would be positive because it's an electron, okay, and um it goes same direction as the electric field. So its natural movement would be against the electric field from low potential to high potential. Right? So same electric field value or 1,500 newtons per coulomb. So change in potential energy is negative Q times E times R. So we need to include the negative sign for the charge of an electron. It's negative 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19. Okay, columns. So same electric field, and then that's 12 minus negative 2, so that's 14 over 100 in meters. All right. So it's 3.36 times 10 to the power of negative 16. Okay, joules. So change in potential energy is positive for an electron that is moving towards the positive x direction, same direction as the electric field. So on finding the electric potential and potential difference, so we have here a point charge given its magnitude and its distance from one point, point A, and from point B. So we have to find the potential at A, at B, and the potential difference between A and B. So since we have Q, which is negative 6 times 10 to the power of negative 9 coulombs, and then its distance from A is 3 meters, and from B is 5 meters. So we need to use the formula for potential. So for letter A, potential at A, so it's the KQ over R formula since what we have the available data are Q and R, and of course Q is a constant. So 8.99 times 10 to the power of 9, or you can just use 9 times 10 to the power of 9 for easy recall of the Coulomb's law constant. Okay, or since you'll be using a calculator, so just use 8.99 times 10 to the power of 9 instead. So it's Newton meters squared per column squared, and then Q would be, so you have to include its sign, negative 6 times 10 to the power of negative 9, and R would be 3 meters, right? So for the dimensions, so double check. So meter squared over meter, that's meter, and then one column would be canceled out. So that's Newton meter or joule per column or volt. So negative 17.98 volts. So for letter B, so using the same formula, but we'll use the R as a B. So let me put the A here. So 8.99 times 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter squared per column squared. So same value for Q. So the difference is the value of R. So instead of 3, so we use 5 meters. So we get, so it's negative 10.788 volts. So for the potential difference between A and B, so change in potential. So from A to B, so B minus A, it's negative 10.788 volts minus negative 17.98 volts. So that's 7.192 volts. So a positive potential difference for a negative charge means that it has moved to a position of higher potential. So it moves farther away and potential change becomes less negative or becoming positive. For again, this is for a negative charge. So for finding potential difference this time given other quantities, so 12 joules of work are needed to transfer two columns of charge from one terminal of a storage battery to another. So what's the potential difference between the terminals? So change in the potential if in terms of work is W over Q. So just divide the amount of work, so that's 12 joules, and then two columns of charge, so that's 6 joule per column or volts. So the potential difference between the terminals is 6 volts.